smells in your refrigerator, and the other is making your food last longer. You know what? There is a gas that food emits, particularly fruits and vegetables, called ethylene gas. And ethylene gas will cause fruits and vegetables to ripen more quickly. If you can eliminate that gas from the environment inside your refrigerator, your food lasts longer, right? But at the same time, some foods don't always get along when they sit beside each other because they stink up the joint. This is also going to take care of that. Marie-Louise Ludwig is back with us. We're always thrilled to have her here. She's a regular member of our kitchen team on QVC. And this is Genius Air Plus Refrigerator Refresher and Deodorizer. I own this item. I use it in my refrigerator.
I do too, and I love it.
And it's great. Tell everybody how it works.
Well, Genius has been able to capture very expensive technology, the kinds of things they use in supermarkets, on cruise ships, and hospitals, and the reasons why they can keep their fruits and vegetables so fresh, and put it into this little unit that fits in the palm of your hand. And basically, it already comes with the 4 AA batteries. And listen, you can't hear a thing.
Can't hear anything.
It is that quiet in there, but you know that it's on because you can see a couple different things on here. As far as the ionizers, in addition to the ionizers, you've also got a temperature for your refrigerator. So it's very important that you know the temperature inside of your refrigerator as well, and no filters to change. So what it does, it releases these negative ions into the air that capture these ethylene gases and just knock them right down.
This is great.
And you got to remember, especially this is a perfect time of the year for this. You're going to the farmer's market, you're bringing all kinds of fresh produce home. We live on a farm, so we're always going outside and bringing in lots of fresh produce. Things don't stop ripening when you pick them from the trees. They continue to ripen. Everything on this table is still ripening. So when you put them all together in an enclosed space like a refrigerator and you get all those gases going, things ripen really fast.
Now, I do have 3 colors, but before we get there, let's talk about what's happening without and with your Genius Air Plus Refrigerator Refresher Deodorizer.
This is going to take you through 14 days. So without, on the left-hand side, you can see that everything is just ripening really quickly to the point of almost being like a soup and covered with mold. But on the right-hand side, with all those negative ions being released into the air, everything is still nice and fresh and crispy.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned, 3 color choices for you. We have it for you in green, we have it in red, and we have it in purple. But I will tell you the purple of my 3 colors, Marie, is the most limited. Now, as Marie-Louise mentioned, this does come with the batteries.
It does.
So there's nothing to buy right out of the box. You're going to pop those in, get them inside. But a couple of questions.
Sure.
Can this work in the freezer or in the refrigerator?
I would put it into the refrigerator.
Okay, not designed for the freezer.
Yes.
And if is there a particular spot in the refrigerator that is better than others?
Would you like to go to my refrigerator over here?
Please.
Okay, we like to keep it up on the top of the refrigerator, someplace where you can see it on here, because another great feature, David, it also has an alarm on it that you can set. So if somebody comes in and leaves the refrigerator door open, it beeps.
Well, you know
which
what?
I love.
And that's crazy, because I was in someone's kitchen the other day. They had a brand new kitchen, and they bought this super expensive refrigerator. And they went to get something out of the refrigerator, and I heard this ding, ding, ding. I said, what is that noise? And they were like, oh, I left the door open too long. That's something that only high-end refrigerators come with.
Right.
Now, regardless of the refrigerator you own, you got an alarm inside that'll tell you, hey, you left the door open too long, or it's slightly ajar. Go ahead and close that up.
And what's really great about this, it covers the top all the way to the bottom, including the drawers, when the drawers are closed. So the entire refrigerator is covered.
Exactly.
The secret here is when you bring things home, you want to open them up. When they come home in the bags, you want to open up the bags. So you can keep them in their bags. The little boxes that have holes in them, you're fine. But now you can put things like cheese and pepperoni and salmon that you cooked that's cooled down from dinner, and garlic and all those things together, and it smells like it just rained in your refrigerator.
Oh, it's
so nice and fresh.
It's ionization, and that's what it's really all about. Because if you think about how clean and fresh it smells after a rainfall, it's because when the rain falls, it creates that ionization process that pulls all the dirt out of the air.
Yeah.
If you can remove all of that from your refrigerator environment, think about what's going to happen here. Your food stays fresher longer, and it smells a whole lot better.
Well, I think we all notice this. When you buy things at the supermarket, and sometimes they get tucked into a back drawer, and all of a sudden you look, and 3 days later, those expensive raspberries are all moldy.
Right.
The first time you go away, I promise you, the first time you go away on vacation and you kind of overbought a little bit, and you come home and you're like, I need to go get food at the supermarket, and you open up that drawer and you pull out those grapes and they still look as good as the day you bought them. You will be completely convinced.
I think that's one of the things that we get really excited about. Now, this is an interesting demonstration.
It is. Well, on the inside, I have pound cake, and I have some of the smelliest food items on the planet. I have blue cheese, I have onions, and I have garlic. This is to show that how you can put all these things in there together in this enclosed container. The ionization will also fresh, so this is not going to pick up those smells.
No, not at all. In fact, if we pick up the pound cake and give it a little sniff, it smells like sweet pound cake. Here's a bigger test. How about a little taste?
You can eat it.
Here we go. It tastes like pound cake. It doesn't taste like the blue cheese it's sitting next to, or the stinky garlic, or the shallots. So we'll put this here. That'll be a snack for the drive home. And I will tell you that in the purple, we now have fewer than 200 to go around. I also have it in red, and finally I have it for you in the green. This is less than $28. For years and years, cruise ships have used this kind of technology in their refrigerators. Because if you've ever taken a cruise, the strawberries are gorgeous on day 1. And they're still gorgeous on day 7, too, because these are being used inside those commercial refrigerators.
And you wonder why that is. So once again, here it is with and without after 14 days. You can see that everything on that left-hand side. Remember that once those fruits and vegetables are picked, they're still ripening. They're continuing to ripen. If you put them in an enclosed space and all that ethylene gas is being circulated around in the refrigerator, they're going to ripen really quickly. But if you're using the ionizer and it's knocking down those ethylene gases and you can't hear it and you can't smell it and you can't see what's going on, but I can just tell you that it works really well.
It absolutely does. And I'll tell you, I've used mine now for quite some time, and it makes a huge, huge difference. And if you're going to be away for any amount of time, let's say you travel for business, and you're away from your home for 4 and 5 days at a time, and you only come home on the weekends. Boy, I tell you what, this becomes a godsend in your refrigerator. You leave something in there you forget about.
Well, you know what I do? I go to the bulk supermarkets on those days when I feel like this is it. This is the week that I'm going to eat just vegetables all week because there's still bikini weather left.
Right.
And I do it. And I overbuy, and then things don't get eaten. So how wonderful to be able to put these things into my refrigerator and know that 2 weeks later I go back and those Bing cherries still look gorgeous.
Which is just perfect. So stay on the line for this, and I'll tell you, we've got time to show one more thing. What do you have here?
I just want to remind everybody that you have to open up your bag. So if you bring your romaine home, open it up. Open up that bag of apples in there, or just put things right into your drawers. It covers the top to the bottom and the inside drawers of your refrigerator.
500 of these are gone. Purple is now limited. I have red and I have green. This is K29491. Marie Louise, I know you're going to be back with me on my show tonight. Looking forward to having you back, so we'll see you then. This is K29491.